guys, it's Monica here. I am so excited to introduce you to Real Estate Fight Club's newest partnership, Cyberbacker. Cyberbacker is the best in the business for virtual assistants. How do I know this? Because I am a Cyberbacker customer and I love this company. I have my favorite, Frances. She is my Cyberbacker, been with me for over a year. She's amazing. She makes me better. She's eager to help. She's on time. She's disciplined. She's awesome. And this company, Cyberbacker, has figured out the system from the interviewing process to find out what I need, to the interviewing process to interview several Cyberbackers, to the onboarding process, to the training process. Very buttoned up, very awesome. You and I both know it's time for you to leverage. It's time for you to take that step, and Cyberbacker is a really safe, awesome solution. Make sure to mention Fight Club and you will be getting a free gift. All right, do it. Make the call. See ya.
All right, well, today you guys are going to fight with TJ, and we're going to talk about, should you have a side hustle while building your real estate business? TJ, what are you like? You're no.
I'm so hard no.
Why? Talk to me.
Because I think that in theory it sounds great, right? I think we think like, okay, like it's just another stream of revenue. I'm a hustler. I want to make money when I sleep.
We can like feed it. It will like feed our real estate business.
Yeah.
I need the money because I have to make commission. Yes. I haven't sold anything. Okay.
Yeah. And we tell ourselves that like, and there's this like, online, like hustle harder, 110, it's annoying. I like it, but it's annoying. The Gary V stuff. We like it, but it's annoying. Okay. Yeah. So here's the flaw that they don't talk about, right?
Okay. The reality.
My opinion.
Okay.
The reality. It's hard enough to start one successful business.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to try to start 2 or more successful businesses at the exact same time.
Right.
And we lie to ourselves because we're ADD. We tell ourselves, hey, like, I can handle multiple things and one will help the other. And it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. I actually agree with you. I can see though. So, I mean, maybe in a little bit, we'll talk about like, what is a better way to do this, right? Or that will come up, I'm sure. Yes. But like, I can see there's a flaw in the logic of this. I can out hustle my willpower because willpower is not on will call. Like you can't do, plus if you have like kids and family and like all this stuff pulling you in different directions, like it's not going to work. Right. The reality is that most people have a strained relationship with time, meaning they cannot time management. Yep. And so when you have multiple things you have to do and you're very bad at managing time and you're ADD, you're just like setting yourself up for disaster. And you're not going to be good at anything because you're going to be going one way and the other. And when you try to pull yourself in both directions, what do you catch?
There you go. You catch nothing.
Go ahead.
Here's what I would say.
Okay.
If you do start 2 businesses and you whatever one is the most successful, dump the other one and double down your efforts, because I would argue if you're a high producing real estate agent, you're making money. And then if you want to invest, like there's ways to like use your money and time where you can use your resources. So you're just using your money. You're not using your time. Mm-hmm. And I think that is the key. But like to try to sell 2 things. When we got 16 years side hustle in Vegas casino.
Yeah, those are some good clients, Jim.
Yeah, and my guess is if you're gonna side hustle, you're gonna do it once you're already successful at something.
Well, or yes, I agree. That makes sense. When you have when you're not like constantly trying to figure out how to be a realtor, right? Yes, like once your wheel is moving and you're in momentum. But I think your point is when you're trying to get in momentum on 2 things, it's difficult to do, right?
Yeah.
Unless TJ, What do you think about this? What if you have a business plan where you're not the one opening the doors? You're not the one going on the appointments. What if your plan is only to do referrals to people and you make the referral money? I mean, I think there's plans out there where if you're the type of person that needs to do more than one thing, it can absolutely work.
Yes. I don't think that you can, coming out of the gate though, start two businesses at once. I know what it takes to start a successful real estate business, and you do too. Mm-hmm. Even like now, Jen, you've been in the game a long time as a high producer, and you just dramatically changed your business. And you know the growing pains of that. Like that took a ton of time, a ton of faith, a ton of effort. You probably lost a ton of sleep. To try to do that.
Did you ever have it?
Yeah, right. I hear
lose something is to have something.
That's true. So I would argue, let's just master one thing
at a time.
Yeah. And then once you master it, you have a lot more leverage to have time to look at other opportunities. But this idea of, and I hear a lot of people now, I'm a part-time agent because I can't afford to go full-time. Well, gosh, are we chicken before the egg here? Yeah. How about we work our ass off so we don't have to worry about affording? Because it's very direct. If you work hard, you make money. It is.
Well, I think too, people are getting confused with working and actually money generating activities, right?
Yeah.
So if it has been told, I mean, we talk to top producers every single day, and every single one of them says, if you focus on generating leads and following up with your leads 2 to 3 times, 2 to 3 hours every day, you will be successful. And that's it. Sure thing. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. And the irony is, the reason that people don't do it, and I understand, it's because it's uncomfortable, right? Mm-hmm. It's uncomfortable and we don't like discomfort. So we race away from it and we try to find an easier, softer way. Right. But what it comes down to is, what's more uncomfortable? Not being able to pay your bills, which sucks. I've been there. Not pleasant.
We've all been there.
Yeah, it's not fun, right? Or a couple hours a day of things that you don't necessarily love doing. And I think if we can
make it easier, right? Like things, however you are successful in real estate and however you generate leads, and there's a lot of ways to do this, whatever, it's never going to be fun at first, but it will get fun, because what happens is that you begin to link the activity with the money. And then you begin to see, when you keep track of everything, you begin to see how many of whatever's you need to do to make the money that you want. So then all you have to do is decide, what do you want to make? And then you can backtrack it up. But like you said, there's an inherent problem at the beginning. It's that trying to get 2 things in momentum or 3 things in momentum at the same time is hard, coupled with our inability to manage our time anyway. When we have nothing to do, we can't even manage our time. Do you know what I mean? And that we don't even understand what a money generating activity is, and that we don't track it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much drama.
Not good. Not good.
So
if you want to side hustle,
should do?
I think that you should hyper focus on lead generating activities early in your real estate career. Master them and do more than you think you need to. And once you do that for just a couple years, your business becomes on some level self-sufficient. And then you can decide how big you want it to be.
What do you do in that time frame of deciding you want to be in real estate to your first closing?
I think the most important thing is get your license as quickly as you can and do it in your off time. So meaning that your nights and weekends, you have to do some sacrifice, right? Like everything good in life, it takes some work and some sacrifice. Mm-hmm. And then I would suggest, once you have your real estate license, you join a high producing team day one. That's what I would suggest. And there's different forms of teams, but get somebody that's helping you with leads and teaching you how to lead generate. Mm-hmm. Because I think that saves you 2 years of struggle, and it just kind of compacts it into 6 months to where you're doing 6 months of work 2 years of work in 6 months of time.
And just having the mindset of, this is like an apprentice, right? Like all I'm doing is learning how I can be successful in the business. Yeah. And then go from there. Yeah. Well, we should have a 2-year apprentice program anyway.
I don't disagree. I think like anybody who's joined a team and that's their road to success, that was my story. I think they would 100% agree with you that it's so important to have somebody show you what to do. I mean, because I didn't even know what I didn't know. There's a lot to this.
There's a lot. I think it also depends on your personality, right? Like, I don't know if I could have been on a team. Actually, I did start off as an assistant, so I guess I was on a team.
The funny thing is, though, Jen, like I'm not like a team guy. Like I do my own thing. Like so, but I knew it was the most direct path to success. So I let my ego in the corner.
Right.
And then but what my brain would do while I was on this team would be like, I can do that better. I wouldn't do it that way. Yeah. So that my ego was still there, but it sat back enough to let me learn.
But I think, I like your point. What you're learning is that you still have the problem, right? Like you still have the problem of from the time you get your license to the time you get your first check.
Yeah.
Or your third check or whatever. So how do you rectify that if you don't have your side hustle?
Yeah, I think you need to have some savings to come into this business.
What? This America. We don't have savings.
I've heard people be like, if you don't have a backup plan, like I think 6 months of savings is absolutely appropriate. Do you need it? No. Is it going to make your life much more?
I think pleasant? Like 4. You could do it with 4.
And that's fine. Whatever. I was blessed. I had saved some money before I came into real estate, so I didn't have to like stress about like, oh, how am I going to make a payment? But if I would have had that stress,
I didn't have any money. I was oh shit. How am I going to make?
Jen. I came in late.
What? How long did it take you to get your first check?
27 days, I think.
Yeah, mine was like the first month too. So I think most agents, I'm not sure that they experience that. And why do you think that is? Why do you think it takes some agents longer than others?
Well, I think they wait until they have their license to start preparing. And I didn't do that. I had 2 deals lined up before I had my license because I didn't want to wait 6 months. So for me, I think that you can I think that you can plan, you can build your database, you can let people know your intentions before you have your license.
Before you get licensed. Yes, because each state is a little different. But here's Jim. So me and Jim are on the same side. Not sure about the team either. But I think it depends. I think that for some people, like what you're saying makes sense. And for other people, it's like for me, there was no option. It's happening. Like I'm getting paid. Like I'm helping these people. Like it is happening no matter what. And I think sometimes that is the propeller to do the activities that you don't want to do.
Yeah, and my guess is Jim is a high D. He was probably successful at most, right? Yeah, and he's probably successful at most things he does, where he knows if I just work hard and I do it my way, I'll be successful. Yeah. There's so many high I's in real estate that are just outgoing. I like people. I like houses. Right. And without structure, those people fail miserably in the beginning. And that's why our success rate is so low in that first year. The Jims and the Jens, they succeed because they'll will themselves into it.
But I think that's a good point. Like know who you are, right? Like we've done interviews before with there's 4 different types of agents. Know what type of agent you are, and that will dictate how you generate leads and how you follow up on leads. And then that will dictate where's the best place for you to start.
That is a wonderful point.
And probably if you've never been in real estate, you probably don't know. Or if you've only been in real estate a couple of years, you probably sort of have an idea, but you probably still also don't know, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and this is also good for people that are building their team. Maybe they've been in real estate for a while, but if you've built your business one way, that doesn't mean that everybody else is going to build it another way. Yeah. So if we have people like that are wondering like, okay, how do I structure my team so that I'm supporting everybody and supporting myself and supporting my intention for the team? If they want to talk to you about that and help attract people to their team, that maybe don't have to worry about this side hustle, that aren't struggling with money, what is the best way for them to get a hold of you if they want to talk to you?
Yeah, I think just call or text 513-379-2000. And I'm a big believer in DISC, knowing yourself, knowing how you're motivated. So that's something, if you're not familiar with, a 10-minute conversation, I think can change the way that you hire and the way that you deal with people.
Exactly. So should you have a side hustle while building your real estate career?
No. I vote no.
All right. Please, if you disagree with us,
Let's talk, baby. We love disagreement.
Hey, look, this is Fight Club. We got to fight. That's like the whole damn point.
I'm with you.
I love it. What we need right now is a source for great leads. And I found it. It is called Pipeline Pro Tools. So about 90 days ago, I booked a demo with them. And in that demo, we reverse engineered my business. We figured out how many leads we needed to get in order to get to the closings that we want. And they gave me a playbook to use in order to get that. So I've been using it for 90 days. We've gotten 12 qualified leads, and about half of them are already under contract or closed, which is great. And it is right now my number one source for my best leads that I'm getting. I love this thing. I'm about to ramp up the number of leads that I get with them as well. So, and you might think it's expensive, and it's not. So I was looking for something that's very inexpensive, like affordable to everyone, but also generated great leads. We don't want crap leads. So what you do in order to get this, because I called them and I wanted to partner with them because I was like, this is exactly what our audience has been looking for. So they set up something specific just for us, just for Fight Club listeners. So you would go to pipelineprotools.com/Fight Club. And then you go to the demo, and the demo will show you how many leads you need in order to get the number of closings that you want to get. And then they will give you the playbook that I'm using, my number one playbook for getting leads. And then you can use it too, and we can have happy closings. So go to pipelineprotools.com/Fight Club, book and go to the demo and get all the leads. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a podcast.